Hi guys and ladies, I'm still on a Greek kick ever since making those gyros or gyros a couple of weeks ago. And one of my favorite dishes is moussaka. I know some pronounce it moussaka, and there's others that say moussaka. But it doesn't matter to me because as I read various recipes online, I realized, hey, this is fairly low carb right from the get-go, so this is for me. Matter of fact, if I could learn to make a recipe like this, well, I don't think I would ever write another letter to Santa Claus. So let's see if I could pull it off. Well, here I'm spraying an 11 by 7 casserole dish. The directions call for 9 by 9, but I don't have 9 by 9, and this is almost the same. Well, the next thing I'm supposed to do is to peel 2 medium eggplants, and I'm not good at this. Well, the next thing I have to do is slice this into like 1/4 inch or 1/3 inch strips, and I really don't know how. I could put it on a mandolin, but then I would get my fingers cut off. I think I'll cut it in half first. Well, maybe thirds? Now this one I'll try doing it whole. I'm supposed to brush a cookie sheet with olive oil, but I'd feel better if I put foil on it first, and I'm even going to use this non-stick foil. Here's something interesting. I noticed that the oil sort of beads up on this non-stick foil, so probably regular foil or no foil would have been better. Well, the sad thing about this is I could only get about half of my eggplants onto a baking sheet. So now what? I'm going to have to somehow do this in batches. I'm supposed to coat both sides with olive oil. Well, the directions say either salt or seasoned salt. Well, I've got this seasoned salt from 1976. It said to add pepper. Well, now I'm going to set the broiler. Into the broiler it goes. I already have one disaster video using eggplant, and if you have a strong stomach, check out my video using Alton Brown's recipe. In the meantime, I think these are done, at least on one side. Whoa! I hope not too done. The directions say I'm to flip them over and brown them on the second side. Wow. They're delicate now. I think they're ready to go back in the broiler for side 2. My hope is to put the first batch as the bottom layer in our casserole dish. I'm a little nervous about over browning these. This is going to be delicate work here because these things are like ready to fall apart. Oh, great. A piece fell between the stove and the counter. Nice. I may have overfilled the dish. I don't know. It looks pretty good. That's right, I'm doing it all over again with the second batch. Time for batch number 2. I forgot the fresh ground pepper on that second batch. Uh-oh. Okay. Time to flip. I'd rather be in a bass boat flipping, but in the kitchen. You see, the lakes around here are just covered with like 8 inches of ice still, and it's March. I don't know which side is up anymore. Okay, just about 2 minutes more on this second batch, second side. That's got to be enough. I'm going to put this second batch aside now and then brown up some ground beef. First, I'm going to put in some not very lean ground beef. Here's where I really show my amateurishness. I'm going to throw in 12 ounces of already chopped up onions from the grocers. They're just barely defrosted. It's kind of soupy looking, but I'm going to add a ½ teaspoon of salt. I've drained that the best I can. Now what I'm going to do is add a full tablespoon of crushed garlic from a jar. Sorry, purist, jar is going to have to do. Now I'm going to add an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. A little more black pepper. Now I'm adding a couple of teaspoons of oregano. I think that's about ready. Now let's get that meat mixture into the casserole dish. Remember that second batch of eggplant that we browned? It's time to get this on top of the casserole. I'm a little fuzzy on how to actually accomplish this. Okay, so now it's time to start on the sauce. First, I'm putting the burner on medium-low. Now bear with me, I'm really kind of winging it here, combining about 4 different recipe notions. First, I'm going to add about a ½ brick of Philadelphia cream cheese. Actually, I don't care what city it's from. I'm also adding in 2 packages, 4-ounce packages of goat cheese. This is also softened. Now, the reason I didn't make the traditional roux is because people have asked me to be more gluten-free, so I've avoided the flour. While I'm working on the sauce, I'm going to preheat the oven now to 350. Well, here goes. I'm slowly going to add in 3/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. I don't have any grated Greek cheese, so I'm adding Pecorino Romano. I almost forgot, a ½ teaspoon of salt. And about the same amount of pepper. Now this one recipe I'm using as the main guide says to use hot sauce in the sauce. I think it's time now to put the white cheese sauce over the moussaka casserole. It actually looks quite good already. I'm supposed to put our bad boy in the oven for 45 minutes. I hope it doesn't dry out. Let's get started. I've been licking up that cheese sauce. Cream cheese, goat cheese, pecorino romano. Wow, is that tasty. Let's just hope it comes out okay in the oven. So far, real good. You know, if it comes out as good as I think it might, I feel bad because that celebrity food critic, Miss Lulu Cheeks, chose this weekend to be away visiting her mother. Of course, I'll save her some. Wow. It looks great and it smells great too. I'm going to need to let this cool. It's really boiling, but it looks great and it smells even better. So I'm going to put a link in the notes for the original recipe. Just note though that I've changed it. You'll see where I've changed it. Well, as far as the texture goes, maybe another 5 minutes or more in the oven might have firmed it up a little bit, but as far as the taste goes, let me tell you, this is absolutely rich, creamy, and savory to the point where it's going to blow your mind. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.